StarCraft 2 came out. But I was so busy casting, I kind of gave it up. And then I like came back and streamed a lot at the beginning of Hearthstone. Then I got bought out to go to a different streaming platform for a while. And then maybe a year and a half after that, I came back to Twitch, did it a little bit. I've been steady streaming since Brood War came out, I think. Or maybe a little bit before that. But I'm not exactly sure.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
Who was my first subscriber? I don't know. There might be a way to look it up, but it might be guy in the chat, like Blaze420 guy in the chat. He's definitely one of the first. There's actually a few of the very first people that are still around.
Not enough minerals.
Wait, what do we have? Zerg. Okay, cool. Yeah, the guy in the chat meme I made, like, a real long time ago. Because people would talk shit and be like, oh, really, guy in the chat? Because it's like, that was my way to show that you're literally just a fucking guy in a chat room talking shit on me. It's always been, basically, when I stream, people telling me I have too many minerals in StarCraft 2, or fucking whatever you tell me in StarCraft 1, or I'm making the wrong choices in Hearthstone. My favorite expansion for StarCraft 2, I think spectator-wise, Legacy is really good. Quite like Legacy, spectator-wise. But for me, play-wise, I enjoyed Heart of the Swarm. Ah! Come on! Yeah, I was having a real good time in Heart of the Swarm, and actually, when they nerfed the shit out of Swarm hosts, I was a Protoss player, and Protoss has had a hard time against Swarm hosts, but I worked really, really, really hard on it and started to become very good against Swarm hosts. And then they nerfed the shit out of it so hard. They so changed the game that I quit for a really long time after that. That was maybe that's part of the reason why I like Brood War so much, is because it doesn't fucking change. The things that I learn and the things that I do will always be there. Right? You don't have to really relearn a whole bunch or anything. It's so funny because everyone complained about the Swarmhost games. They actually, every time there was a big Swarmhost game, viewership went up. So all measurable metrics, Swarmhosts were actually good.
Guy in the chat donated $3.33. Hey Artie. Good start to the stream, here's hoping it continues. Could you put the gold command center skin on, or do the skin changes mess up your recognition?
Oh, the gold command center? Oh, like the pre-purchase pack or whatever? I can do that. I don't mind. Okay, instead of Academy Rush, I'm gonna play just really stably. I think that's what I'll do today against Zerg.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
Not entirely sure. He went out with all the lings, right? So we gotta...
Not enough minerals.
So yeah, anyways, we're gonna play really stable TVZ today. So I think my understanding of the matchup right now is really, really good. I think I know what I'm supposed to do. My macro's been doing well with it. So I just don't want to die to something fucking stupid. Which is always speedlings. Every fucking time.
Not enough minerals.
Actually a little bit miffed that he got that.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Your forces are under attack.
Orders, Captain. I read you. Right away, sir. Jacked up and good to go. SCV good to go, sir.
Anyways, with this opener I did, basically what you do is you make Marines non-stop out of your first barracks and it slows everything else down. But it's like any early lings you're not afraid of.
SCV good to go, sir. Yes, sir. Orders received. Give me some of this shit. Orders, Captain. You want a piece of me, boy? Roger that. Yes, sir. SCV good to go, sir. Orders received.
No, let's put it there. Okay.
SCV good to go, sir. SCV good to go, sir.
Insufficient phosphine gas. Insufficient phosphine gas.
Report for duty. Orders received. Job finished. Yes, sir. Orders, Captain. I can't build there. Right away, sir. Affirmative. Roger that. Standing by.
Where does it hurt? Did someone page me?
Give me some of this shit.
Where does it hurt?
Add-on complete.
Yes, sir. Roger that. Job
Add-on complete. Not enough minerals. Base is under attack.
Orders, Captain. Give me some of this shit. Report for duty.
Did someone page me? Where does it hurt?
Not enough minerals.
Good to go, sir.
Research complete.
Standing by. Orders, Captain. Standing
Need medical attention?
Orders, Captain. Standing by.
Need medical attention?
Send this around.
Orders received.
State the nature of your medical emergency.
I read you. Yes, sir. Standing by. Let's move. SCV good to go. Let's move.
Where does it hurt?
Report for duty. Roger that.
Additional supply depots required.
Job finished. I read you. I can't build there. SCV good to go.
Base is under attack. Not enough minerals.
Reporting for
State
duty.
the nature of your medical emergency.
Orders, Captain. Right away,
State
sir.
the nature of your medical emergency.
I read you. Roger that.
Need medical attention?
Give me some of this shit. You want a
State
piece
the
of me,
nature of your
boy?
medical
Go, go,
emergency.
go. Standing by. Go, go,
State
go.
the nature of your medical emergency.
SCV good to go, sir. Some of this shit. Job finished. Orders, Captain.
Need medical attention? Where does it
Good to go,
hurt?
sir. You want a piece of me, boy?
Need medical attention? Did someone page me?
Orders received. Orders received.
State the nature of your medical emergency.
Some of this shit.
Alright, let's check. Very quick.
State the nature of
Looks to me like a Valkyrie rush is going to be in order.
where does it hurt?
Rock and roll.
State the nature of your medical emergency. Did someone page me?
Report for duty. Good to go. I read you. You want a piece of me,
Mineral
boy?
energy.
Standing by.
Your forces are under attack.
Captain
Give
Red,
me some of this shit. Give me some of this shit.
where does it hurt?
Standing by. Give me some of
Need
this shit.
medical attention?
Yes, sir.
Did someone page me?
Yes,
Give me some of this shoot. Go, go, go.
State the nature of your medical emergency.
You want a piece of me, boy? Give me some of
Where
this
does it hurt? Did someone page me?
jacked up and good to go.
Job finished. I read you.
Need medical
Alright, we're
attention?
about to switch over to no more SCVs.
Give me some of this shoot. Standing by.
Report for duty. I can't build there. I read you.
Jacked up and good to go.
Good to go,
Jacked
sir.
up and good to go.
State the nature of your medical emergency. Did someone page me?
Your forces are
Need
under
medical
attack.
attention?
Jacked up and good to go. Let's move.
Need medical
Go,
attention?
sir.
Commander,
Roger that.
you want a piece of me, boy?
Job
Yeah.
Give me some of this
Did
shoot.
someone page me?
Jacked up and good to go.
Job finished. Orders, Captain.
Your forces are under attack.
Jacked up and good to go.
Upgrade complete.
Give me some of this shoot.
Where does it hurt? Need medical attention?
Commander, go, go, go.
State the nature of your medical emergency.
Yes, sir. I can't build there.
Standing by. Rock and
Add-on complete. Add-on complete.
piece of me, boy.
enough minerals.
Right away, sir.
Not enough minerals.
Valkyrie, prepare.
Not enough minerals.
State the nature of your medical emergency. Did someone page? Don't keep me waiting.
Not enough minerals.
Where does it hurt? Did someone page? State the nature of your medical emergency.
Give me some of this shit.
Achtung. Where does it hurt?
I wonder if this is Smith.
Your forces are under attack.
That was ridiculously strong and ridiculously fast.
Orders received.
Normally I actually do well against that strat.
Your forces are under insufficient rescue.
Let's check. Gaga. Huh. Yeah, it was much quicker than expected, plus the Mutalism micro was really on point the entire time. Yeah, you can't look up this fucking name. Oh, there he is. Okay. I don't know, he's not even that high. Huh. I don't know. That didn't feel right though, right? It just, I mean, I've played against some of the best players in the world that do that. I've played against Zergs that are 2700 that do that, and it's not as hard as what that just was. See when I start my fact. I sent that guy up and I tried to make it, and I didn't have the money. It's not that late, really. That's so fast. It's so fast. Look at it. He's up 10 supply, and he's down 20 workers. He's up 10 supply. That's absurd. That is absurd. Zerg is the strongest race by miles and miles and miles. It's actually crazy when you watch it. Like, what they can actually do. The thing is, you don't have to play like he just played. You can... There's, like, 50 different things that you can do. Yeah, no, well, these builds are always all in. If you stop the Guardians, you win the game. That's it. It's like, it is an all-in. It's a 3-base all-in. No, what are you talking about, Max Out Terran versus Max Out Zerg? That's... What are you actually even fucking talking about? That's not true at all. That's... Like, that's actually... Everyone who actually plays the game knows that's not the case. Zerg is the most supply efficient by miles in StarCraft 1. By miles. If you have 70 supply, then you can live against maxed out Terran. Like, you stay alive. When Zerg has the same supply as their opponent, they're way ahead. Almost every single time. Anyways. Thanks for just... It's so weird to see someone type, like, the exact opposite of truth. It's like they take something and they just turn it directly around. It's like when my kids... Like, they'll make a joke. They'll be like, that's my car. And, of course, they don't own a car. I'm like, you can drive? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. Anyways, I don't quite get it. That's probably the only thing that he can do. Because his MMR is way too low for how well he did that. Way too low. Like, honestly, like, I've played high S-ranked Zergs that do that. And that was much stronger. But he's, like, 21 something. So, I don't know how your MMR can be that low playing like that. He outmined me? I don't think so. Like, I know he had a good spread with his drones, but I had 20 more workers. But yeah, that game didn't make any sense to me. I don't know. No, Mutalisk Micro is one of the most important things in the game, guy in the chat. You can't really fuck with it. Part of the problem is that we play on turn rate 24 now. Brood War for its entire history until remastered was played on turn rate 16. This is something people don't realize. The people who micro Mutalisks nowadays are 1,000 times better with mutas than Jaedong was in his prime. And of course now Jaedong's mutas are a trillion times better than his mutas were. But literally, B-rank Zergs are better than pros were back then because we're on turn rate 24. No, Brood War was not on turn rate 8. That's not true. It was on 16.